So this is the power of this YouTube site and this genre. Now, this is important. This dirtbag fucking piece of shit named Senator Wyden in Oregon. Now, why him? Head of the Environmental Committee when Fukushima happens. So, Tim and I have been working, you know, we're the salmon guys, and so the salmon lobby, they're lobbying right now in DC. They're all in DC. So they send me pictures, these lobbyists, and they says, they're in there lobbying for the tackle industry, whatever, and they're the ones that are telling us there's 35 NGOs in there right now. This is coming, I'm getting this right out of, I mean, this is the power of this genre. It's happening right now. He says there's at least 30 organizations in there lobbying, and they're claiming they're activist groups for the salmon, for the orcas. They're still talking blow up now. They're just sucking up money, and they're having parties and clubs. And my insider in there just contacted me, sent me pictures. He says, look at these pictures with Wyden. I said, well, why the fuck won't you say something to Wyden? And he's like, and Merkel, the two senators. He sent pictures yesterday with Merkel. Oh, they make you fucking throw up. And so he says, well, they don't want to talk. I said, what do you mean you don't want to talk bullshit? This is how ignorant these fuckers are. This is what's going on. There's no salmon left. I says, you're talking, we call it the Blanche Martin Matrix. We've been up in the ante. We're probably talking $20-30 million being sent per salmon to kill the last salmon. There's no fucking salmon. They're still all fighting for it. You know, you write checks to these, you know, save the whales, save the, they're fucking frauds. So, let me quote this. This is Senator Wyden in 2012. This, now remember, he went, I'm in a bone marrow transplant fighting for my fucking life. You know, I got to come out. The irony of this day is the very day that Damian Lillard on this campus, they were ahead by 22 points, that historic game. Now let me show you, this is the historic that's here. I'm at that game. I just come out of the bone marrow train. This is the same day that Wyden does this. Look, I mean, I'm a one-man band, as you know. Up by 22 points. It's the most historic loss in Big Sky history. That day. I'm fucking shriveled up with my nurse in that game, almost dying. This day. I'm talking with Wyden. I'm communicating with Barbara Barr. I'm kidding, we're going to have Senate hearings. So Wyden has just returned from Fukushima. This is a quote. He's reporting to Congress. He's on the Hill. The scope of damage to the plants and to the surrounding area was far beyond what I expected. And the scope and the challenges of the utility owner, the government of Japan, and to the people of the region are daunting, Wyden writes in his letter. He goes on and on and on. Says the world community must descend on this. This is on the Hill. Televised, national television. Now, stay with me. There's not been a politician in Utah and or California that has not been asked by Fukushima. On YouTube. Kevin Blanch. I asked my Senator Mike Lee right there. I asked my Senator Mitt Romney right there. I asked that piece of shit Rob Bishop. I asked Governor Herbert standing right there. I can go on and on and on. I asked Dianne Feinstein in San Diego at her office. All about Fukushima. I've asked every one of them. Now, this is the disgusting about the so-called citizen activists. All these so-called activists, they're running around beating their chest. They're not fucking activists. You mean to tell me not one single person? I know people that have gone to these, Wyden does town halls, have gone to town halls. They'll talk guns, gays, God, gun, gays, God. Not one single fucking person, except for hippie with a gun, who's from Arkansas, asked the congressman, which I put on my site, about Fukushima and Profazio, and he ran from it. Not one person in the whole state of Oregon. This is the insanity of these hypocrite fucking folder-up-chin freaks in Oregon, which Damien plays there. Oh, he says for Oakland, for Oregon, for here. By the way, the owner of the Portland Trailblazers, $60 billion, the most famous probably person in all of Oregon. He died of the exact identical disease I have that I was fighting that game right there with Damien. Damian Lillard. Right here, this camp. Oh, for Ogden. He changed from 1 to 0. I just changed it to 10. Jerry's going to break the record tonight. I call myself 00. Not one of you fuckheads can go and just say, hey, Senator Wyden, why don't you talk? And that's what I just told him. Me and him just got in an argument. I says, really? Oh, he don't want to hear about, what do you mean? You're the only one that talks about Fukushima. He says, you're the only one. He tells Tim Martin he's the only one that talks about it. This is these derelict fuckers. Oh, really? Oh, really? I used to talk to Wyden constantly. I used to talk to him all the time. All these phony fuckers that claim they're Fukushima activists that live in Oregon. Fuck off. Seriously. You know, Tim's done so much work. Like Tim says, all this incredible activism, these guys suck up tens of millions of dollars, these NGOs, these activists, whatever. And he says, I can't even get a tank of gas. He shot that historic footage of them shooting the sill. He went and interviewed the Carrick. He's been all over, so have I. The work Tim and I have done. Fuck, nothing. You know, maybe it's going to be a guy from Ogden. Maybe it'll be Lillard that breaks this record. He'll be here Thursday. I'm going to see him Thursday. Or Friday, excuse me. You know, so Senator Wyden used to go back and forth with me all the time. Email me personally. His aides, blah, blah. We used to talk all the time. 2013, they said he threw down, they won't even respond to my emails. They haven't now since 2013 is 14-ish. He won't say a word. You know why? And this is a fact, because I was working with Barbara Boxer's office. You know, they classified Fukushima. They classified how is that? And by doing that, all they've done is create this giant catastrophe. Wyden's one of the guiltiest fuckers there ever was. Head of the environmental committee, the greatest environmental catastrophe in fucking history. And what has he done? By the way, I talked to David Vitter, who took over Barbara Boxer's committee chair thing, and Diaper Boy. You know what his line was to me? I asked him, from here to there, in D.C., what's Fukushima? They classified it, and they classified Kevin Blanche. I know for a fact. I know for a fact. This is your sham of the United States government. Stand tuning.